What is up, people, and welcome back to the channel. And good morning. See, said good morning today. Right, today, we have our switch. It's turned up from the States. That was rather quick. I haven't yet had a bill for any import duty or tax, so we have to wait and see for that. But today, we need to get this on. So that's our pump, vacuum pump. This is the switch for it. So we need to make some sort of fabricated up sort of bracket to hold these to the car. And then you run pipe from said to that, and then from that to the servo. So that's what we got to do in this little video. We've got to get this and this mounted. This has got a little bit of weight to it, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to make it out of steel. I was thinking about some aluminium. I have got some thicker aluminium, but I think steel would just be a little bit stronger. We can make some sort of bracket that comes one piece. I'll show you my mate's bracket from MRM Feed Shop on YouTube. All right, so that's his bracket, and I reckon we can sort of replicate it basically. He has got his switch about here. So if we can do something like that out of mild steel, and then we've got to make sure that we can actually fit it under here in a space. Let's get this bonnet off, shall we, and have a look, do a bit of fabrication. Right then, looking at this, there isn't a lot of places you can put it under here, because I don't want it up here because it might create vibration. You need it solid, and the only place I can really think of is this corner here. So what we're gonna have to do is clean all this off. This is like some tar stuff. Fabricate a bracket for this, yeah? And then this can also go on the bracket. These have to be really well earthed for the switch to work. If it's not earthed, it won't work. So yeah, we need to fabricate some sort of bracket for these, like what my mate made. We'll take the front end back off, clean all this back. All right, then let's start making up a little bracket, shall we? Actually, I need to go and have a look at this booster turbo first. So, back shortly. Well then, I'm back. That booster turbo is probably one of the best Zcars I've seen. As in, the quality of it, really nice car. It is a really nice car. And it needs a few jobs, needs a few odds and sods. The main reason I was interested in working on it was the Quaife gearbox he wants to put on the back. The what's it called? The Quaife transfer box thing. But I think the money would be better spent on the other jobs that needs doing on the car. So we're still going to go back and forth with the chap, see if he wanted to bring it up here, see what kind of money we can talk and what jobs he wants to do. But really nice car. I've got to give him a joke. It's a really nice car. So anyway, let's get this mount bracket thing made. So we'll take the front end off and we'll start designing it up, shall we? Oh yeah. Right, so what we're going to do on this bracket is we're going to have to start with our known, which is this 6mm. So this is, we'll go 95. So we know 101mm is our centre to centre. These can come out, but they can't go in really. So we'll go 101, say we'll go 102, we'll leave us a mil. So our centres on those holes are 102. What I'm doing here is just making, basically squaring up the paper, yeah? Just to aid design. Alright, so we're going to go 102, so 51 on either side, yeah? So 51. 51. So there's our centres on our holes. Now that is dead centre, do as well as I can see it for this. And that is going to be our hole for that. Yeah? So what we want to do is put that on the line. Now that is centre. You want to know the easiest way of getting one of these centre to that point, right? So you got your 4 holes, right? So those 4 outer holes. Bottom one, the line's on the left. Top one, line's on the right. And then this one, slide it down to the touches. Now you see how you can just see the black line. Left corner, upper corner, right corner, lower corner. That is the centre of that. That's just the way with these dots, it helps you. Say if you want to get it on the centre of just a line, yeah? Just use the top and bottom one. Bring it over. Bring it over. Yeah? There's the centre. Draw your circle. That's just how you can use these holes to help you centralise your job. Top and bottom, left and right, central. Beautiful. Anyway, that's just a bit of useless information that might be useful to somebody. And I'm doing that just so I can draw around them. Yeah? So we're going to transfer these onto steel. And we can. Right, so we have our circle. These are going to be 6mm. That's going to be a 6mm. So I'll get a penny washer. On the centre. Draw around it. Yeah. Now this is going to disappear. It's going to be cut out, isn't it? So we really want something bigger than that now. So what I'm going to use is another one that's even bigger. Yeah. It's exactly the same way of centralising. Even though the 4 holes, they are 90 degrees to each other. So the big one, little one, and little one. Yeah. Draw around it. And there. To there. To there. So that's our top. Then we need to find our bend point, don't we? We know, hang on, that is 8mm. It's going to be about, it's just after there, because that is 8mm, and that is 8mm. So that could theoretically be our bend point, but we want to leave a little bit of extra sticking out. So I'm going to go 5mm after the line, and that'll be our first bend. Yeah. Yeah. And then we'll go 90 degrees to there. You see it's okay. Yeah, you can sort of see it, can't you? 90 degrees to there. So that is the top of our bracket. So that won't be there. Neither will that. Neither will that. So it will be that shape. That'll be gone. That's going to be a hold. That'll be hold. And that will fit through there like that. Then we've got our downward section. So we will go, this is going to be hanging. So I'm going to take these out. Oh, if we can. I might have to pop that out. Jesus. Ugh, got it. So we'll take these out. Because we're hanging it, these need to go the other way up. Yeah? Yeah. Ta-da! Because this is going to be mounted that way in there. The plate will be here. This will be underneath the plate. So now we need to measure our point. This point here is going to be level with the top of there. Yeah? So we need to come out, down, and probably try and squeeze it under here. I might see if I've got a rubber O-ring or something that big. So, yes, I have. So that will fit nice on the bottom of there. So, we need a measurement then, don't we? From that point there, ideally, out, up and in. Let's have a look what we got. Don't forget as well, you've got to add the thickness of your material. You're right at 100 mil. So we want 100 millimeters in between our bends. So that is about what I'm looking at. This here is a flange, and that will have two fixings, and then the bottom piece will be separate because you've got to be able to lift it up into the bracket. Bottom section will be separate, larger on the one side because we've got to get this in there. Yeah? See what I mean? What we've got to do, we've got to cut this out then so we can transfer it into the steel. Right, so we've got our top of our bracket. This is 1.5 mil, by the way, 1.5 millimeters. And that drops onto there. Let me get some 6mm. Right, so M6 mils are in. M6 mils. M6s. So we've got our bracket. Now we need to measure our 100mm. Was 100mm, wasn't it? Yeah, our 100mm bend. So we've got to come 100mm ID. So from the inside of this to the inside of this, 100mm. So on here we're actually 98, but this is 1.5mm thick. So the plate that goes on the inside of it is going to be 1.8mm thick. 5mm thick. Do you know what I mean? So I want to bend that 100mm. So ID. $100mm. Yeah. Which is just about where our little notch was. Alright, so now we've got to bend this. So we've got to bend this that way, because it won't fit in otherwise. Ta-da! So that will go up in there. It's going to be really hard for you to see this, but see how the plate, oh, let me get my ruler. So we've got the plate. This plate's going to be in there, so it's got to land on top of there. See what I mean? So we're about right, aren't we? Beautiful. So now we'll bop this up and then we'll design our plate for the bottom. You see why I turn these over? Because this is like a T shape. Got a built-in washer and a spacer. So you want to compress that against your steel. If I'd have had this sitting on the top, I'd have left them going the other way. Right, so let's make our little plate, shall we? There we go. Ta-da! Anybody want that? Go. You know what? Threw the rest of that paper in the fire. Ta-da! Right, so for our starter then, we know we need it 95mm. We don't have to do this that accurately. I'll tell you what, fucking hell, we may as well, don't we? So we'll use this bottom edge as our square, this bottom corner. So we've got 95mm. Yeah. Then we need our biggest dimension, which I'm going to say is 70mm, which is just over this crest. $70mm. Now I want this side square, come across. I suppose we could round it, but we need to find out where this is going to be, don't we? Yeah? which is probably going to be the trickiest part of the lot, to be honest. So that from the bottom of there to the top, that pump will go with 60mm, because the weight of the pump's pulling it down, I think. So we've got 60mm. So to the top of there is 60mm, and it is, can anybody see a vernier? Anybody? Where the fuck is the fucking where the trucker? Ah, I see. I got it. I'm here now. I knew where it was all along. And this is 27.3. It's very odd. It must be the coating. So 27mm. So what's that? 13.5. So 13.5 is to the centre of there, right? If we go $60 minus 13.5. So that's like what, 47.5? We'll go 47mm, because we've got a bit of play in it. So we've got 47mm up from the bottom. We won't, we'll go 47.5. Can't help myself. Just can't help myself. Yep. And then we've got a square. The distance from this side to this side, 46mm. So 46 add 13.5. That's 59.5. In 59.5 to there is that point there, which will be the centre of our doodad, right? So that, we need to find the hole saw for this. Hopefully I've got one, haven't I? I'm gonna look like a right bloody twat. $32mm. 32mm. And what is that? Yeah, so we've got a 32mm. Anything 32mm. So I have got one here. This says 32mm on it. It's like an old school style. Oh, we will have to wait and see on that one. The jury is a little bit out. So what I want to do is try and put a radius on there. Let's see what I've got. So I've got a big ass penny washer. We'll put that in the centre of there. It's a little bit off, but we can make that work with the sander. I'll just put a little bit of radius there. And we know that there should be 15mm, sorry. So with 15mm, probably even get away with 16, to be honest. We've got 15 just for the... No, we won't. We've got 16mm. 16mm up from the end. And from that point there to the side of that radius. Right. Let's chop that out. Modify that radius a touch. Yeah. We'll transfer that to steel, shall we? Right then, well, the whole saw was a fail. It was shit. So I attacked it with multiple bits of weaponry just to get the job done. It was a pain, but I sort of got it enough so I could file it to where I needed it to be and just made it work. Right, so that was an absolute bloody cur, that was. Make sure you got the right size hole saw if you're going to do something. But yeah, that's our plate. So what we're going to do, we're going to drill through here for some nuts and bolts, because that's going to be able to swing up inside. And then this thing is going to mount to that area there. Yeah? Like that. So it's all encased in one unit. You know what I mean? Right, let's drill these holes. And get that nuts and bolted. So we know where we are. Yep. Right. Ta-da! One little bracky. All that's left to do on there is to fit this. So I want to be, it's got to be right so I can get the wiring out. So it's going to have to be right on this corner here. Yeah? About there. Just standing off the corner. How am I going to mark this now? If I draw around it. Yeah? I'm going to take the bottom off. I can see it. Ta-da! Oh, come on. Right, so there we go. It didn't turn out too bad. Not a bad little bracky. I'll centralise that off. Tighten it up. Couldn't be having it. It's not tight at the minute, so I'll centralise that. But what do you reckon? Don't look too bad. You can still get the plug on and off. So we've got to come from here to here, and then from there over. And then this bracket itself is going to be there. Just like that. And that'll just sit there. Beautiful. Right. Bagger. Do you know how many times I've dropped this thing on the floor? Surprisingly, it bloody works. So what I've done, I've cleaned all this off and I've put 4 stainless steel long reach riv nuts. Now that ain't gonna move. So just put it in there just to see how it looks and feels. It clears. We've got clearance underneath, so it's not gonna vibrate. What we're gonna do now is just take it off, paint it up, put it back on. Right then, that's that little bracket done, out of the way. Paint it up tonight, and then I can fit it tomorrow. So, there we go. One little bracket. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, people.